let's have a complete all body yoga stretch out. So we're going to start by coming onto our backs, and you're going to have your hands out to the side. If it feels comfortable for you, you're going to have your hands facing down on the floor. If it feels more natural, have the hands facing up, so the palms are facing upwards. Then you're going to bring the back of the head onto the floor, and you're going to make sure that your shoulders are rested down on towards the floor. If you feel that you have space, you can now bring the palms of the hands down, but if it feels better, just have the hands facing upwards. I want you to have all of the backs of the arm onto the floor. Don't worry at all if that isn't possible, as long as you're trying to get there. Then you're going to bring the feet down, and you're going to let the knees just fall off to one side. If you can, keep all of the arms on the floor, and if it feels more comfortable and you want a bit more of a stretch in this pose, you're going to wrap your legs around each other as though you were sitting on a chair with your legs crossed, and you're going to let that come down again. If it feels natural to you, look over your opposite hand, but only do that if it feels natural. If it feels unnatural at all, don't do it. We're going to close the eyes, and we're going to have 10 breaths here. With each in-breath, I want you to imagine that you're breathing in brand new energy. And on the out-breath, let go of all of the stress, all of the tension, all of the cobwebs that you're keeping a hold of. Breathe in brand new energy. And breathe out any tension, any strain. Know that you don't need to be completely static in this pose. If you feel comfortable having a little move around to make sure that you're comfy, just move around, that's fine. Then we're going to gently bring the legs back up, come back to the centre, make sure that you're lovely and central again, and then you're going to drop the knees off to the other side. Again, you might feel like you want to cross the legs over, and that's fine. That'll mean that the shoulder might rise up a little bit, and that's completely fine as long as it's not uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, you need to back away slightly. So close the eyes, and again, we're using the breath to deepen in the pose. With each breath, see if you can send that breath down to any parts of the body that you might be feeling are a little bit tense. And gently come back to the centre. We're going to take the knees, you're going to bring the hands underneath the knees, and you're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. Try and keep the tailbone down onto the mat as you gently hug the knees in. It might find that you start to bring the bottom of the back off the floor. If that happens, just keep the knees further away from the body, it's fine. Then you're going to take one hand on one knee, the other hand on the other knee, and you're going to draw big circles with the hips. And you're going to breathe in as you come close to the body, and you're going to breathe out as you go away. Breathe in as you bring the knees close to the body. Breathe out as you bring the legs away. Breathe in as you bring the knees close to the body, and breathe out as you bring them away. We're going to take a hold of the soles of the feet, and you're going to let the knees come out to the floor. If you can't reach the soles of the feet, you're just taking a hold of the legs wherever you can reach. Again, you're trying to keep the bottom of the back on the floor, shoulders lovely and long, knees out to the side. And release, come all the way back up. We're going to come into hare pose or child's pose. So you're going to bring your toes together, you're going to widen your knees, and you're going to sit your bum down onto your heels. Then you're going to walk your hands forward. You might find at this time of the day that your hips are very tense, so you might just want to come onto your forearms and release the head, and that's fine. Or you might want to come all the way down and bring the forehead to the floor. Spread the fingers. And we're just sending the breath down towards the groin, asking the hips to release. Five breaths. And on your fifth breath, you're going to come all the way back up. We're going to come to hands and knees. And you're going to bring your foot between your hands. You're going to make sure the back foot, the top of the foot is on the floor, and you're going to make sure your hips are pointing forward. You're going to roll the shoulders down and back, and you're going to make sure the knee is directly over the heel. Then if you want to, you can sink a little bit lower into that back knee. Then keeping the pelvis engaged, engaging the pelvic floor, pulling the belly button back to use your core muscles, keeping the tailbone tucked, you're going to come up into a low lunge. Spread the fingers, pull the belly in, reach up, and sweep the hands back down. Come up onto the fingertips, send the bum back, try and keep the hips pointing forward. See if you can straighten up that front leg to give you a hamstring stretch. If you can and it feels nice, keep the shoulders down, neck lovely and long. And you might even want to start to bring the toes up towards the ceiling. That might be too much for you. You might want to just start to play with that. Then we're going to breathe in and come down. And breathe out and come back. Breathe in and come down. And breathe out and come back. Breathe in and come down. And breathe out and come back. And this time, you might want to bring your hands onto your foot and gently see if you can start to release over that leg, completely relaxing the head. And gently walk yourself back up. We're going to switch legs. The same thing on the other side. Hips point forward, shoulders back. High onto the fingertips if you need to, and come into your low lunge. So making sure that back foot is making contact with the mat. Pull up your pelvic floor, pull your belly in, and we're going to bring the hands up over the head. Spread the fingers. If you want a little bit more in that front leg, lift the toes, engage the leg. Then we're going to sweep the hands back down, and you're going to send that bum back. Come up high onto the fingers. My hamstring on this side slightly more tight. You might find that too. And if you do, come up high onto the fingers. Don't come down with a round back. Make sure your back's lovely and long. And you might want to play with your foot there. So bringing the toes up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to breathe in, come to a lunge. Breathe out, come to a hamstring stretch. Breathe in, come to a lunge. And breathe out, hamstring stretch. Breathe in, lunge. Breathe out, hamstring stretch. And again, you might want to bring the hands over and just stretch over that leg. 5 breaths here. And we're going to come back to hands and knees. You're going to turn up your toes. You're going to keep your legs bent as you send your bum high into the air. Look towards your belly button. Spread your fingers. Make sure you've got equal weight in your little finger and your thumb. Send the creases in the elbows up towards the ceiling, opening up through the shoulders, bottom rib in, and then you might want to start to send the heels further towards the floor. Stretching out the back of the legs. Bend one leg, then the other leg. One leg, then the other leg. You might feel like you want to move in your down dog. You might want to do some little twists. Whatever feels good for you. And then come into a place of stillness for 5 breaths. Shining the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Lifting from the hips. Equal weight between your big toe and your little toe. Come forward into a plank. Step the right leg forward. Keep the hips pointing forward. Keep the shoulders back. Really stretch out through the back leg. Imagine there's a piece of string between your bum and your leg, the little crease there, and lift from that piece of string. And then see if you can rise up into a high lunge. Sweep the hands back down, step back to down dog, and step the other leg forward. Lift from the crease in the bum, push the heel back, and then lift up the hands. Step the foot back, drop the knees down, and sit back on your heels. We're going to bring one arm up, one arm down behind the back. You're going to hold onto the t-shirt, or if you can, you're going to interlace your fingers. You're going to pull up with the top arm, down with the bottom arm, and just stretch out through the shoulders. Keep that bottom shoulder down and back. Pull the bottom rib in. And release. Come to the other side. Pulling up with the top arm, down with the bottom arm. Big breaths. And release. Take the hands onto the knees, and we're going to just look over to our right and look over to our left. Look over to our right. Look over to our left. You're going to do big shoulder shrugs. And we're going to bring the hands up over the head. You're going to bring the palms together, shoulders down. You're going to look up towards the ceiling. And then bring the hands back down. Palms of the hands together, and you're going to twist to the side. Back to the center, twist to the other side. Back to the center. Namaste.